Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Lisa, and we're going to be talking today about grief. My name is Lisa. For those who have never tuned into this live platform, we talk about love and light and ways to heal grief. And that's the discussion today. Some ways to heal grief. Now, grief will always be with us. However, it's important that we ease the pain of grief because grief is a bitch. Let me tell you, I've had my share of it. Losing loved ones, losing friends, losing pets during this time of whatever this is, the time of loss. And it's not easy to get through this because the pain of losing loved ones, we never ever really get over it. That's the truth of the matter. We never get over it. However, we can get through the pain. I am living proof of that. What doesn't kill you will make you stronger. My mom used to say, if life serves you lemons, if life serves you lemons, make lemonade. That's a fact. Make lemonade. Because let me tell you, none of this is easy. I read something just about a day or two ago, something I didn't know until then. One of the celebrity talk show hosts who had a show on, she lost her husband. And she posted recently about that and how devastating. She has been married for years, and her husband died, I believe, a few days before Christmas. And she was talking about she appreciate everyone sending their sympathy and words of encouragement. It's important to surround ourselves with people who support our healing process because it's important to heal this. And let me tell you, for myself, it has been a process because it doesn't happen overnight. And one of the ways that I heal is by writing. So I'm writing a book about my experiences. Some of in my book is going to talk about um, grief and what it does to you and ways to get over it. And for those who are trying to get through this grief, some of the ways that you can get through this is not only by seeing a counselor or attending a support group, a grief support group, but keeping a memoir or writing a journal or writing a book to share what this has done to you, the loss, how it makes you feel, so that you can help other people because there are other people out there who are going through grief. They may never have had this type of grief before in their life. However, they are going through it and they are in a state of deep depression because grief can take you there to a place of depression where you want to isolate, you don't want to be around other people because you feel nobody understands you or understand what you're going through. And that is so important that you surround yourself with those who understand and those who can uplift you. It's important to be uplifted instead of around those who, cannot uplift you. And it's important. So those are some ways that you can start the healing process. Talk about it instead of isolating. In the beginning, it's necessary to isolate, to try to get through it when it first happens. But as time go on, get yourself involved with a counselor, specifically a grief counselor, so that you have an outlet. We all need an outlet so that you can talk to someone about it and feel comfortable with the counselor, the grief counselor, and attend grief counseling places in person where other people who share your grief because they've lost a loved one. And we all can sit and talk about it in that environment. That's important, regardless of what others feel about it, because it's important to heal this because this can this grief can put you in a place where you feel helpless. You don't want to do anything but embrace this grief. I know when I lost my mother, it was really difficult for a long time. It still is. I still have my moments. Like I said, we never get over this, but we can get through it. And some of the ways of getting through it is by doing things to help others, help ourselves, a journal. And in those journals or memoirs that you're going to keep, you should be writing about the times you had together with that person, the happy times, the good things, what they brought to your life. And share that and keep telling stories about the passed over person, loved one, and how they added to your life. Remember stories and things that they did to keep their spirit and keep them alive. That's what I do. I tell, my mother was a storyteller. She loved to tell stories. And a lot of times I have conversations with my younger sister because she has that personality of my mother, and I talk to her a lot, and we remember the things that mom would say or do that would make us laugh, etc. Remember those things, and even if it's not your mother and it's a friend or a partner or it's still a loved one, remember them, keep their memory alive, talk to other people who would understand where you're coming from. And if they don't, just have someone in your presence who you can talk to that can just listen and hear you feel, how you're feeling at that particular moment, what you're going through, because all those things matter. I know I felt like for a long time that I was bipolar because for a minute you're feeling okay, and the next minute, I was crying and upset, and I couldn't help it in the beginning. It was really bad until I started seeking out counseling and doing grief counseling and surrounding myself with things that help me through the process, like music, writing, talking about it. Having a counselor was the best thing. A grief counselor for myself was really, really important. And time will help. No one has a right to tell you, that you should be healed by now. It's been a year or etc. Everyone goes through the healing process at their own time frame, and not at the time that people think they should. So it's important to allow yourself to feel the pain, to go through it, and to start the healing process. Because someone is somewhere being depressed, isolating, feeling a lot of despair, and they need to hear this message. And they need to find a group grief therapy in their area, or just a grief counselor for now in their particular area. And you can always go onto Google and to Google the information for the area that you live to find grief counselors, and then you can make the phone calls to set up an appointment. And then, you probably would want to see if you resonate with a particular counselor because it's important. Otherwise, you're not going to feel comfortable talking to that person. So take the time to do that. It's so necessary. I promise you, you won't regret making contact with them because it's so important. For the first time, I am going to be going in the near future to visiting my mother's grave. And that's going to be very hard for me, but it's necessary because I never had the closure that I needed because she passed away during the COVID shutdown. and we had an online memorial service for her. So we never had an in person funeral. So it's important for me to get that final closure. And I will be talking about that once that's done. Actually, I may just do a live video while I'm there. I'm not sure yet. It depends on how I feel. But I'm sending out this message today because I want to help somebody who's sitting someplace in despair, and they're hurting a lot, and they need to hear this message. And I will be doing messages weekly now to uplift, bring love and light to situations. Because I do understand, because I've been there myself. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I've been there so much, to the point that I know how these feelings affect our life, because I've been there. So for those who do not get to watch this, please share this message with someone that you know who needs to hear this, so that they can find ways to get through the pain. We never, like I said, ever get over losing that loved one, but we can get through the pain of it and continue on with our life, because our loved one who's passed over would never want us to be to stay in a place of sadness, depression. They want us to get out of it at some point and live our life while we're here, and live it to the fullest. So that's my message today. Like I said, please share this video with someone. Share, subscribe, because I will be doing posting a video at least once or twice a week. So hit that subscribe button so that you know when I'm on the air again. And I'm sending love and light and hugs to those who are in despair at this moment. I promise you it does get better. It takes time, but it does get better. Thank you for listening. This is Lisa, and I will see you in a few days. Have a good day.